Welcome back to The Scoop. Our next guests are here to talk about a unique collaboration between storytelling and craft beer.
ENDSWELL Beer is an independent, small-scale brewery and tap room in Collingwood, known for slow vibes, local love, and meaningful conversations.
Co-owners and partners in life and business, Dana Kaluzny and her husband, Mike Noonan, have a love story of their own when it comes to breweries.
Recently, ENDSWELL teamed up with local producer Jim Rowe of Collingwood Stories to host a storytelling night that promises to be as heartfelt as it is entertaining.
Please welcome Dana and Jim. Yay!
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us on The Scoop. So tell us, what was the inspiration for you and your husband to start ENDSWELL?
So Mike and I met in the craft beer industry. We were hired at the same time at the same craft brewery in Toronto in 2008. And although it took us 3 years to actually talk to one another, which we walked home from a party, and then we're married a year later. The chemistry was pretty instant. And we started this dream of wanting to create a space and more so a culture where people could come together. And it's one of the things that we loved about the craft beer industry. Yes, the beer is wonderful, but it was more about how all these different people came together, and beer and sharing beer was a chance to share conversations and stories and get to know people and build bridges and all these relationships. And that's what we wanted to create with ENDSWELL. And we spent 10 years committed to that dream, raising the capital to do it, to own it independently ourselves so that we could continue to do things on our terms, which very importantly is about the culture that we want to create and maintain.
So sorry, can I just ask, did you guys not see each other for like the first 10 years? Like,
No, it's back to the love story. Back to the love story. It is cool. So we got hired at the same time, but in two different departments. So I was hired in retail and events, so the hospitality, so all front of house. He was hired back of house for distribution. And so not only his schedule was different from mine, he was mornings and I was like more the evenings. But we were kind of passing shifts. But the other cool part of the story, why we walked home together, is that we were living on the same street in downtown Toronto.
So this was
that whole time. Wow. Yes. And a lot of people say like, oh, wow, running a business with your partner in life and love, and we have 2 children together, and but we wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. That's what works between us.
And I read online your wedding was also in a brewery?
Yes, we got married at said brewery where we met. And we got married first at, again, on our own terms. We got married at City Hall so we could have this type of ceremony and the get-together that we wanted to have without all of the legal sort of procedures involved. And so my uncle ended up marrying us, was the officiant, and we didn't exchange rings. We had this big glass boot, which is the German dust boot.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it was full, and you clink it, you drink out of it, passed it to him, he clinked it, drunk out of it, and then this wouldn't pass after COVID, but then as a way of bringing everybody into the union, the boot was passed around for the rest of the party right after, and then it was like, all right, everybody party. Like we got married in the middle of a party. That's the best.
So we're here to talk about ENDSWELL Beer and storytelling, but I'm kind of, loving this little soap opera side.
This is what you get at ENDSWELL is like what we want. So our tag is beer for people who love beer with people. And so conversations at the heart of it's why we don't have TVs in the space. So if you come and you hang out at the brewery, expect I'm behind the bar as well as some other amazing staff. You're going to get these exchange of stories when you're there. Like that's just inevitable. That's what we're here for.
The local hangout. Yeah. Turning the focus to Jim, tell us, for those of us who may not know about Collingwood Stories, what is it and how did it all start?
Collingwood Stories started about a year and a half ago. I was in Toronto and I went and saw an old friend of mine who does a monthly series at the Rivoli. And I said, this could work in Collingwood. Flash forward to last September, we produced our first, I produced the first show in here, the beautiful Simcoe Street Theatre, and we had, I think, 8 or 9 storytellers, and you won.
Yeah, so good. It was so good. Yeah.
And we can see from what Dana was just talking about the power of stories, right? And so that's what we want to do. We want to have people come tell their story. Can be funny, can be sad, can make you cry, whatever you want it to be. And people do all sorts of things. And we had so much fun that when Dana opened her brewery, we said, we kind of gave each other the...
Yeah, right away we knew.
And we knew we were going to do this.
And before that show, I'd said to you that when ENDSWELL opens, I really want to start having a regular storytelling series in our space. And a lot of that is because I've been both a participant and a teaching assistant for a storytelling group online for 3 years. So, and then I've had the ability to perform at the Viva Variety Show, shout out to that show, 2 stories at that. And I know there's so many people that have a story to share, and it is so, like you said, it's so powerful. And to provide a platform for even people to just practice, and gain that confidence that they have something really valuable and inspiring to say. And Jim totally gets that.
Well, storytelling is as old as time.
old,
At the end of the day, let's sit around. What do? We talk about stuff. That's how the oral history came about, passing them down from generation to generation. And you get a combination of stand-up comedians who sometimes want to go to a longer format, but my focus is typically with actors, because that's who I've worked with my entire life.
And my background with storytelling is kind of cool because it's not with actors. It's with a lot of writers or people who just really want to learn more about themselves and take that next step of sharing more of themselves with other people. So I think it's our 2 worlds colliding in this space is great because we're going to bring a lot of local performers, but we're also going to make it very accessible for people who aren't performers, but who have the capacity to really engage people, for them to feel like this is a safe space for them to be brave.
Yeah, for sure. And that is a great segue into my next question, because a lot of people might want to participate next time after they see what's on stage. So what should they know?
Just sign up. Send me an email, send me a DM on Instagram, sign up. I had a guy contact me last week. He said, I'm interested in this, tell me more. I said, okay, have you ever done it before? Because that doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
All you need to do is write 6 minutes, commit it to memory, come out and tell your story.
Max 6 minutes. I mean, you have a 1 to 2 minute story. We have somebody who's really into poetry and they would like more of that format to tell their story because that feels comfortable to them. Great. You explore with the format. We're basically giving you pretty much 0 to 6 minutes to do what you want to do. And we provide a theme.
The original theme that I came up with was first time, my first time. And I was thinking it could be anything. Your first marriage car, little orange sports car. Could be anything about my first time. It's pretty elastic. You could basically stretch it to fit anything. And then Dana decided that...
Okay, does anybody know Brene Brown's concept, the FFT?
No.
Maybe? All right, look into Brene Brown, FFT, which it's first time. And the reason why that other F is in there is to encapsulate all the different feelings and the ride of emotions that come with the vulnerability and the messiness of doing something for the first time. And so I just loved that. And I loved that it almost gave permission for any new storyteller where this might be the first time, that it's okay to be messy and vulnerable. But the goal ultimately is by creating a regular storytelling showcase at ENDSWELL and with Collingwood Stories, that we're building up a community of storytellers so that we can have a festival.
If you think about how many times we tell stories during a day, right? It doesn't feel like we're storytellers, but I mean, so like this weekend, for example.
There we go.
I was, right?
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dana and Jim, thank you for sharing your stories. But we're not done with you yet. After the break, we're giving our viewers a little taste of what a storytelling night might be like.
We'll be right back.
Ooh.
Welcome back to The Scoop. We've been chatting with Jim and Dana about their ENDSWELL Beer storytelling event, and we're going to put some of our storytelling skills to the test.
Oh boy.
Oh, boys, right.
On Friday night, I was sitting at home and I was thinking, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? And I was just sitting there thinking, I looked through my shelves, there wasn't much there, and I thought, I feel like some raw fish. Dana, take it away.
I don't get a theme or anything. I just have to go with that.
Raw fish is the theme. Sushi.
Sushi. One of the things that I love about being a parent is that I get to create rituals with my kids and my family. And the one ritual that we have that was an absolute surprise and delight to me is that we all love having a huge sushi dinner as our Christmas Eve dinner all together as a family. And my sons appreciate really good sashimi and sushi, and that makes me very proud.
Nice.
What's a family ritual of yours?
I grew up in Vancouver, so sushi is sort of a staple for us there. And my daughter, from the time she was 2, less than that, a year and a half, maybe, it's when she could eat, swallow food, especially the seaweed, because, it can get stuck down your throat a little bit. But we would go, and she would be my sushi date almost 3 times a week at least on our way to preschool. And to this day, same thing. Salmon sashimi is her favorite, and she's expensive, but well cultured, right?
Yeah.
Janene, any raw fish stories?
Not as a West Indian growing up in Trinidad and Tobago first, no. We're all about roasting fish, okay? We eat it with a lot of good starchy foods. However, my first episode into sushi was an interesting one. I loved it, and I still can't get enough of it. That's my story.
I love it.
That's good.
Well, this is a perfect topic considering
you
I
just
just came back from Japan.
Exactly.
So definitely love sushi. The one thing I didn't have in Japan is actually sushi, because they have a lot of udon and ramen and like the noodle soup. So they are divine there. So I have a lot of the vegan options in that. I do eat fish, just not meat, but the sushi was the first thing I had when I came back to Toronto. So I didn't have it in Japan, but I did have a lot of different dishes that had a lot of different fish dishes. But yeah, Japan is just amazing. So sushi for everyone. Yeah.
Awesome.
There you go.
Yay!
Okay. You two are naturals.
I'm gonna be in the audience for sure.
Yeah. I would be happy to be up there telling stories.
Okay.
So many stories.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. You've recruited.
You're in.
So Dana and Jim, thank you so much. That was so much fun. Your next storytelling event is on September 14th. Tell us when and where to find you.
Doors are at 8 p.m. The stories will kick off at 8:30 p.m. And it is at ENDSWELL Brewery, which is at 26 Elm Street in Collingwood, right off the Harbourview Trail. So walk, ride your bike. We've got you covered.
And if you want to come early, you can have great beer all day.
And great pizza, because we have another small business that we share space with, Later Pizza, and they will be serving pizza until 9 o'clock that night.
Unfortunately, this is all the time we have today on the Scoop Georgian Bay. But we'll be back next week with more inspiring guests, local businesses, community stories, and everything you will not want to miss.
A huge thank you to our guests, Cassie McKell, Dana Kaluzny, and Jim Rowe for sharing your stories with us today.
So what's the Scoop Georgian Bay? You tell us.
If you've got an event, story, or local business we should know about, pop us off an email or drop us a comment below. We'd love to feature you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.